Hello everyone, and welcome to another video on the channel. Today we're going to go over the crafter, the newest little redstone gadget in Minecraft update 1.21. This is the first snapshot, 23W42A. So we're going to go over a few things, including a couple ways to automatically craft dispensers. This being the most efficient way, this being significantly slower, but probably less chances to fail. The way that the crafter works is it'll fill this slot here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The other interesting thing about the crafter is if you power it from below, it will stop filling. See, we have a hopper behind it. And now if we shut that torch off, now it'll just keep filling across. But if I power it underneath again, it's going to stop. Well, first of all, it's going to spit a nugget or a gold ingot out, but then it's going to stop filling. So I found that interesting to go along with the other stuff that we figured out about the crafter so far. So let's fire this up and see how it works. So it will give a total signal strength from a comparator of 9. So if you have the composter here completely full, that'll give a single strength of 8. So if you put this comparator in subtract mode, once this is full, you'll get a signal strength of 1 here. And once we get that signal strength of 1, you'll get a little toggle of the rails here, which the observers will read once, and you will fire these droppers here into the line of hoppers. You have to have 2 hoppers between where your first dropper is and the crafter. Otherwise, what happens is if you have it like this, then eventually, with the hopper speed being a little bit slower, you'll gain, especially when you have the same item. If you have cobblestone, the cobblestones will stack. So what happens? The cobblestones will stack on top of each other, and then in your second slot here, you might get a redstone, but it's going to keep stacking more cobblestone here as it comes in. So if you have one more hopper in between it, it's enough to continuously drain it out for 9 anyway. So with this system here, I also have this hooked up to automatically make bows. So you just do the same thing, only you'll take another comparator output from this chest and read it here. So now if this chest is not full, you'll get a single strength of 0, and that'll allow the torch to turn on. Otherwise, if this is full, you'll get the single strength of 1, and then this will never fire until the chest drains out. So as you can see, this is pretty effective here. So if we put a chest in front of that and see how fast it'll fill up. It's not lightning fast, but I mean it's better than auto crafting dispensers. You could put something like this in your base and just let it go with a chest in front of it, and you could do something exactly like this comparator output right here under here against this chest to shut the whole system off once this chest is full. So you could potentially have yourself a whole shulker box or a whole chest full of dispensers or full of whatever else it is that you want to craft on hand at any time without having to manually do it. So I'll just fly around here for a second so you get a look. It's a pretty easy system. Just have the detector rails here that'll toggle right there like that. And then a couple redstone dust, a repeater there, target block, 2 torches, 2 comparators, and of course the most expensive part is observers. That's why I thought of this little way to also run this, but this is very, very slow. I kind of built it in a silly spot, so let me shut this off. Let me shut this off, and then I kind of have to break it over here. Then we can turn this on. So to turn it on, I have to put this torch back here. And then you'll be able to see how slow this one works. But you do have to use one less comparator and a whole lot less observers. So maybe earlier in the game, if this is the best that you can do, it's definitely a much easier system to build. And all this is going to do is, again, every time a slot is filled up, you gain 1 single strength on your redstone. So you'll just feed that line down, and then every time down, you'll have a dropper here that'll shoot that item into the chain of hoppers and then into your crafter here. Then, of course, once you get to the end here, you'll shut your redstone torch off, and then which will power this torch to spit your item out. Now, in this system, you have to do it more like you would do an auto brewing system, where your first item is going to be your last item here. So you can see the redstone is in this one, in this system here. Where in this system over here, the redstone's in this second to last one. Because in this system here, you need to have your first item be the last item dispensed from the dropper. You can see this system, it works just as good. It's just much, much, much slower than the other system. And again, you could do the same thing with this. You could put another crafter on the arrow line to automatically craft the arrows. All right, so that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.